Hi, everyone. My name is IJ,
I'm Dior.
and welcome back to our channel, The Real on the Real. And today we're going to talk about Put a Ring on It. It's season 2, episode 6. So I unfortunately missed the first 10 minutes.
Girl,
So I'm going to have to let Dior talk about what happened during the first 10 minutes.
let's see if I can even remember. So I think they started off in the group session because Alexia last episode said she didn't want to go on a date with Darion.
That's correct.
And so, she explained why she didn't want to go on a date with Darion. And that's all I remember.
All right, then I will start from where I remember. So this episode wasn't that exciting or great, but it was enlightening. That's what I can say about this episode. So, what I saw was Sean and LaRonda talking about what they both wanted. And I like the fact that they were able to openly communicate.
Oh my God, it was so refreshing to hear him communicate what he wanted from her, what he needed from her.
Right.
That doesn't happen very often. Like men do not, they may be frustrated, they may, have an issue with the relationship, but they will not communicate what
right. Like we're
what
supposed to
they
read.
want.
Yeah, like we're supposed to read their mind,
Yeah. So it
So
was
I
really
thought
refreshing for him to communicate that. And then like when he felt like he was maybe unloading too much on her, he took a step back and said, what do you need from me?
I thought that was very refreshing when he said, "What do you need from me?" Which allowed her to come to a safe area and say, "Oh my God, I can speak about what I need." Very rarely does it happen where the man speaks about what his needs are and then in turn asks, what am I not fulfilling? What do I need to make you feel fulfilled? So I thought it was good. And I thought it was good that they were able to say this stuff in a safe place without feelings really being hurt.
We
And not,
don't know if the feelings were hurt or not. I think
yeah, but not,
sometimes if
I
someone
didn't see a sense of
criticizes anything
attitude.
about you, no matter how gentle it is or how PC it is, it still probably hurts a little bit because
But they were able to talk about it.
if you're a person that wants to succeed in things and wants to do things well, it's hurtful to have someone say that you're not excelling in a certain area or you could do better. So
Right, right. But the main point is that they were both able to communicate to each other
mm.
and give each other pointers. And I was surprised because she likes to travel and she goes off and travels and so forth without him.
For work, he was saying that it was for work.
Well, she has a travel group that she belongs to.
Mm.
And sometimes she goes off on these travel retreats or whatever you want to call them with the travel groups, and he doesn't. But she does check in. And I guess the one time they went that she went off on this travel group, and there was two guys in her room, which made him, and you know how he is. He probably was just fell all out, But he said that he needs upfront communication from her, proactive communication. So it seems like she waits to tell him things. She'll communicate it, but wait to the last minute, which I am guilty of. Oh my God. I like to procrastinate telling anything to my husband, but being proactive.
That's not what I got. It didn't seem like she was doing it out of fear, but
Oh, no, 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 not out of fear.
Spontaneously, she does things spontaneously where there's not a lot of forethought for me to give you a 3-day notice because
if you're getting ready to travel, I would expect more than
it wasn't a travel thing. The example he used was going out to a bar or going to a restaurant. So
like they wanted to go out. And she wants to be spur of the moment and let's just go spontaneous.
No, like if you're talking to your friend that day, you're like, oh, let's go out to dinner tonight, or something like that. Like she plans at the last minute with people.
Oh, okay.
So she can't okay, if I made these plans today, I can't give you a 3-day notice because I just made the plans today.
Right. Okay. And then she says she wants them to fight fair.
Hmm.
And sometimes that's hard to fight fair because anger, anger feelings get involved in it, emotions. And, if you're feeling hurt, you want the other person sometimes to feel hurt. So I think it's really important to fight fair and to be able to communicate. I mean, I love that that was the opening. That was the opening that I saw when I got on the show. I thought, oh wow, this is going to be all about communication. I mean, because that's something I need to work on is communication, and letting my voice be heard. So yeah, I thought that was really good. Um, so let's talk about Derek and LaRonda's date. What
Okay,
did you think about that?
so she went out on a date with a guy. I don't remember how old she is, but I'm gonna assume she's like in her early 30s, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he was 42 years old. They had similar careers, which that's what I wanted to see was because I know like for some of the guys, they picked people that had like a similar, like Sean, his last date had was an entertainer. So
Mm-hmm.
for someone who's like a career woman, like I thought it would be nice if they picked someone that also wasn't a career person as well. So this woman, I mean, this guy had a similar career. I think they were both in sales and marketing.
Mm-hmm. Right.
She said she wasn't initially attracted to him, but I guess in talking to him, there was more attractive. She said he wasn't unattractive, but I think it was just his age that she wasn't attracted to. And then he
Mm-hmm.
had like what salt and pepper kind of beard, right? So
Mm-hmm.
like I think that kind of adds some like
It
age
aged
to
him.
you. Yeah, it's like it's more like you can really see that okay, he's not in his 30s. So I
Uh-huh.
think that kind of doesn't help. But
Mm-hmm.
in talking to him, she thought that he was
That
more
did.
attractive.
You know what I find weird that I've heard several times during the show? People are ready to create families, to have families and have children, but they always say in a marriage. Like, when else are you supposed to have kids?
Well, he already has a child or was it a child or two children?
Yeah, he already has a child,
And he's
but
not
he said
married. So I think
he's
I think when people have probably when they have children outside of a marriage, if they are going to have additional children is probably even more important because they see probably how challenging it is to have it with someone you're not in a relationship with. They probably
that's
emphasizing that it needs to be
hmm.
in a committed marriage or relationship.
And that's the times we're in where people have to say, I want to have a kid in marriage. To me, you have a kid when you're married. It's not, to me, our norm nowadays is to have kids outside of marriage. But before, that was not a norm. The norm was you have a kid when you're married, not outside of marriage. But nowadays, it's okay, I guess, to have a kid outside of marriage because that's what everybody's saying. When I'm married, I'll have a kid.
Yeah,
That
I
should be
think
the automatic.
because I think the people that have been saying that had children outside of a marriage, so they were just emphasizing that that's at that point when they'll have more children.
Mm,
But if they're
okay.
not going to be married, or if they're not going to be, yeah, if they're not going to be married, they don't want to have any more children. Is
Mhm.
I think what they were trying to say.
Okay.
Which I
All
think it's
right.
important to say if you already have children and you're not married.
I don't know. I don't know. So let's just talk about Jessica. That date was not that super exciting.
Yeah, not a lot
Derek
went out.
and
I don't even know if they ate. I guess they went out to eat. I don't know.
yeah, she said that they didn't have, and later on we'll talk, but she said they didn't have a lot of time.
Mhm.
But okay.
Well,
So
and
Jessica,
then
uh-huh.
but you're moving on to the next couple. Let's talk about Sean's date.
Okay, we can talk about Sean's boring date too.
So he had a yoga date.
He's attracted to everybody.
And that's what I wasn't sure about. Was he really?
I have no, it seems like he is attracted to everybody he goes out with. He's
Uh,
a big flirt too. He likes to flirt. He's attracted to everybody. Yeah.
yeah, they did yoga, which involved some touching, which usually in yoga you don't really touch anybody unless it's like a tantric yoga.
I've never done yoga, but I've wanted to do it.
You never done yoga? Oh,
No, I never have. I've always wanted to try it.
I'll send you a YouTube yoga video, or do you want to go
Okay.
to a yoga class?
Well, I mean, I've never done yoga, period. So doing it on YouTube would be good.
Okay.
Probably a good place to start.
Okay. Well, yeah. So they did yoga. His date, Tari. What? How did you say that is pronounced?
I had her as Tyra but it could be something different. I mean, that's just what I kept hearing.
Okay. Well, she was a model
Entrepreneur, entertainer
entertainer.
from
Yes.
California.
So he went on a date with someone he had a similar career to. So
Everybody he's gone out with has had a similar career to him. Notice that?
I don't remember the first girl. I don't remember what.
First girl was a singer. Second girl was a singer to entertain. Was a singer and comedian.
Oh, is she?
This girl's a model entrepreneur from California who moved to at ATL.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he just yeah, they did yoga. They talked a little bit. It was also kind of a boring date.
Yeah.
You know, she was when they were stretching, she was like moaning and making noises, and I couldn't tell from his facial expressions if he was turned on by it or if it just made him feel uncomfortable. But
I thought he got what she was doing because he had one of his cheesy smiles on his face.
Yeah, I don't know.
So none of their dates seemed to spark fire to me.
Yeah.
No. Mm-mm. But I wonder when they got home. I want to see also what happens when they get home from their date. How Sean reacts. Does he ask her questions? Does he ask LaRonda questions? And does she ask him questions? And are they honest with each other about the dates? I would like to know. But we don't get that.
Mm-mm.
So do you want to move on to Jessica?
Yes. Jessica went on a date with
Sean.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I think I now, when we first started watching the show, remember we looked on everybody's Instagram and we didn't see Eric on her page.
Mm-hmm.
I'm beginning to see that maybe this whole dating thing that they're doing is separating them. They're beginning to see different aspects about each other and seeing what other people can give them, in terms of relationship and so forth. Because, I mean, listening to her, Sean is giving her the attention that she wants. He's given her the compliments upon compliments upon compliments.
Mm-hmm.
I see you, and I really see you as a human being, not just as a pretty face.
Mm-hmm.
And she's craving that. She's craving that acknowledgement that she is a valid person, that she does have something to bring to the table.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of to me. If I was Eric, I'd be concerned because this guy is fulfilling a basic need. It's a basic need. It's not even an elevated need. It's a basic need.
He's also kind of had the same revelations in his dates too, that he's getting. It sounds like their relationship is very superficial.
Right.
And he wants a deeper connection with someone, and he wants to be able to have a deeper conversation with someone. So I think he's having those same revelations in his dates that she's having. And he actually had it a little sooner than her,
Right. His revelation came really quick.
Yeah. And because like consistently in every day, that's kind of what he's highlighted, that, like I want someone I can talk to, and, even though he still wants the looks too, but
sure does. What man doesn't? Who doesn't? But you know what else I find interesting? That I watched last week's episode.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know what the issue lies in. She cheated on him.
I missed that.
Yeah, Jessica cheated on him. He was when he first left his football career, he went through a depression, and he wasn't a star anymore. He wasn't doing what he loved doing. So he went through depression and took out some of his anger, insecurities, and frustration out on her.
Mm-hmm.
Not physically or anything, but arguments, picking fights, and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she left him for a short period of time. But he said, immediately when you left me, because Dr. Nicole was at the house with them,
Mm-hmm.
he said, immediately when you left me, within a week, you were dating some other guy, another athlete.
Mm.
And he said, and she goes, well, we were separated. He goes, we were only separated for a couple of days, a week at the most. That means that you were entertaining this guy before we broke off. And she was like looking at him and said, yeah, but it wasn't physical. It was just through DM and talking to each other. It didn't become physical till we broke off. We took a break. And
Mm.
he said to Dr. Nicole, that's why I can't trust her. When I'm down and I need you here,
Mm-hmm.
you're not there. And she's like, but you were going through depression and you were angry. He goes, and that's when I needed you most, but you left and you hooked up with somebody else. So they're both.
So what do you think about that? Like when there's infidelity in the relationship, and I guess what for this particular scenario, I guess it was like more of emotional infidelity. So, but if she didn't, have sex,
Well, she did after when they broke it off. That's
right?
when
But
she began going out with him.
well, yeah, but I mean, if they weren't together, I guess. But
Right.
so I mean, what do you think about that? Like, as far as trying to rebuild a relationship when there's been infidelity, like, do you think that it's possible to like gain 100% trust in that person again? Or like, is there always kind of a layer of mistrust?
Distrust.
Yeah, in the relationship.
Um, it matters what the relationship was like beforehand, and it matters how open and honest you are with each other after the mistrust happens. Um, I think that you can get back to 100%. I believe that you can get back to 100%, and especially if that person continues to communicate with you, talk with you, you're able to tell each other things. I think that it can happen, especially if the transgressor, decides to make a change in their life.
Do you think it matters if the person, like the person who cheated, do you think it matters if they came out, like if they're the ones who disclose their infidelity, or do you think it could still be 100% like regained if the person is caught? And then do you think it matters if the person who cheated was a man or a woman? Because I feel like if it's
Yeah,
a woman that cheated, it's just probably no coming back. I don't think you ever, like, I don't see it happening.
I was going to say something. You'll be sucking. I was going to say you'll be sucking dick for days. To try to say sorry. I think I think women are more forgiving than men are.
Mhm.
Women are more forgiving. They're more empathetic. They're more forgiving. Oh, we can rebuild it. And it matters how long the relationship was. Some women are like, you know what? We built something here, and I'm not going to let somebody else come and take what we built.
Yeah, but
And
saying that is not the same as saying like I trust you 100%.
I totally agree. And two, it matters. It matters. It matters. Some men don't see having sex with somebody as a relationship kind of thing.
It don't have to, you don't have to have a
Yeah,
relationship with the other
yeah,
person. Like,
yeah. I guess okay. In the end, I believe if you have a certain type of relationship, you can have that full on trust again. Um, I think it depends on the couple, how they get through it, what they do to get through it,
mhm.
and how they are afterwards. Now, if they become shady and start doing things and that other person, your radar starts going off again, there's a reason why your radar is going off again.
Mhm.
But or maybe that person that cheated found a better way to hide things. I don't know. But you can't, for me, you can't be in a relationship unless you trust that person,
Definitely.
because you're going to be stuck second guessing all the time, looking for clues. You're going to drive yourself crazy.
I agree.
They come home 5 minutes late. Hey, honey, oh, just calling to see if you would pick me up some, just see if they're going to pick up the phone. You don't want to, no, I'm not going to go through that. Either I'm going to trust you and that's it, or I'm not going to trust you and we have to go our separate ways. And the reason why I say that is because if I trust you and that's that, and you mess up again, then it's time for me to leave.
Yeah, I get that. And I mean, there are a couple of relationships on this show where there's that level of trust is not there. And it's just really been, preventing them from moving forward. And it's just like, well, what's the point of you being in this relationship? Like, I know me, like if someone, if there was like infidelity and I was in a relationship where the other person was being unfaithful, I'm not gonna be able to like, I'm just not. So,
And boyfriend and girlfriend infidelity is different than marriage with children infidelity, because when you're doing that marriage with children infidelity, you're thinking, okay, there's children involved? What's gonna happen with the children? What type of life are the children gonna have after this? But then you have to think to yourself, what type of life are the children not going to have with him if I don't trust him? It's going to be this hostile environment all the time, and kids can feel that. So yeah, I also don't think men can forgive easily. Their man pride just goes buzz.
Yeah.
So irritating. I remember one time my husband and I decided we were going to have this open, honest discussion. What about each other, what we don't like about each other. It was so one-sided. It was all him. Not once did he say, IJ, what can I improve on? Not one time. Just went on laundry list. I was like,
you should have just got it in there. You should have just like snuck them in there. Well, hold on now. You're not perfect.
But then, the person, when you're communicating with that person and they're telling you all this stuff, and you're just like, you want to say something to them about them not being perfect, but then it's just like, oh, now you're being petty. Just because I said this, you're being petty.
But if it's an open and honest conversation, it should be a two-way street. So
I totally agree.
To be like, you say your thing, I say my thing. You say your thing, I say my thing.
Yeah.
Until we both run out of things, or we get tired, or we want to,
Do you think that Sean, I feel like Jessica is getting so much into Sean because of what he's saying to her? And these couples, do they realize? I think the only couples that realize that it's a brand new relationship that you might be building with somebody, things are going to be perfect in the beginning. I think it's only like Sean and LaRonda who realize this. I don't think anybody else realizes it.
Girl, I'm sorry. My heart hurts right now because like we're talking. I'm jumping ahead to like the next episode.
No, don't do it, girlfriend. Don't do it. Don't.
I can't.
You gotta stay on here.
So bad right now. Like
I'm like,
I don't even want to watch the show.
I'm just kind of like, Dr. Nicole, y'all better fix this stuff. I don't want them to stay together.
They can't,
because he's controlling.
Guys, we're talking about Darion and
yes.
And Alexia.
So are we gonna? Okay, but wait, viewer. Let's just finish up with Sean and Tears.
Okay.
Let's just finish this up.
Yes.
So Jessica went out with Sean.
I don't really know if Jessica's all that into Sean. I don't know. I'm just not buying it. And it seems like she kind of pulls away too once the guys start communicating like that they
feelings.
Have feelings for her. But I mean, she did let him touch her and stuff. So he looked better than he did in the last episode. He had that hat on. I was just like, why is she into him? But he did look better this episode.
And I think the fact that he's expressing himself, that's interesting to him. So let's talk about Sean's date. We're trying to pop in Sean and
Eric's date.
Eric's date, yeah.
Leilani, she's Panamanian. He
I
said
understood her fine. Did you understand her fine?
yes. He said that she had the look that he likes. So she was like petite, light skin, long hair. I don't know if it was hers or not. Probably, I don't know. But and so now we found out that Eric has a child because last episode, which we didn't get to review because someone was out of town, but last episode we found out Jessica had 2 children, was it?
I thought she had one.
Okay, maybe.
And the other guy, Sean, also has a kid too. The guy that she's dating right now.
Oh, Eric.
No,
Oh.
Sean.
Oh,
her
yeah.
He has a kid. So they had that in common.
Yeah. Girl, I thought it was 2. I thought she had 2 girls.
Well, maybe, I don't know, but I do know 6 kids.
And Leilani says she has a child and she was married before, and we find out that Eric has a son, like a 13-year-old son. They play volleyball. They sat down and talked,
Had a picnic.
I didn't really like how he was. I just
Grilling
feel
her?
like
Asking her 20 million questions.
It wasn't the questions. It was like she asked him something at the end, and he was like, "Yeah, something."
She touched him and said, "You like that?" Yeah, she touched him.
It was something else, I thought. But anyway, I thought whatever he said, I thought it was inappropriate. Like,
yeah, and he said, "Yeah, I like that. I like that." Yeah, because she touched his hand. She goes, "You like that?" And he goes, "Yeah, I like that." He was grilling her about her marriage, asking her, "Why did you guys go apart? What happened?" He was asking questions.
Those are questions I would want to know if I were dating.
Yeah, you would know. You would. And if they didn't answer, you get on the computer.
First of all, no. But I mean, okay, so if a relationship ends, it ended for a reason, and you want to make sure that whatever that reason was isn't something that isn't a red flag on your part. So if she said, "Oh, I was sleeping around," well, I don't want to.
Who's going to admit that they were sleeping around?
If that's what she said, then and you don't want someone, that you can't trust, then you probably gonna be like, you know what, we good. We don't gotta date anymore. She was doing drugs or something, or like she was an abusive partner.
Right.
So it is important to know why the relationship ended, and you also want to make sure that person is like self-aware. Right. If they're blaming everything on the other person and they had nothing to do with it, then that's another red flag. So I think it's important to know, especially when someone is married, why the marriage ended.
Right, I agree too. Now, unfortunately, my I don't know what happened, but I couldn't watch. I stepped out just for a second and ended up being out longer than I was going to, and missed Lexi talking to Dr. Nicole. I only got a little bit of it.
Yes.
And I felt bad.
She talked to Dr. Nicole. She was just basically saying she didn't have a voice in the relationship. And, she said that they talked about infidelity. And, she was like, well, he had 3 kids on me.
Which we peeped a long time ago. You peeped it out.
Yeah. So, so she talked about that. And
how do you get over that? I want to know, what is that man bringing to the table that he can have 3 kids on you, 3 people, 3 kids, and you are still with him?
Well,
I don't get that.
It was when they were apart, but still, like, that has to hurt because.
Well, he said that he didn't cheat on her and he hadn't been with any other woman, but yet he had 3 kids.
Yeah, while they were apart. He was saying that it was while they were apart.
Oh, okay.
But still, like, if we're off and on and we didn't like officially end things forever, like, yeah, I couldn't. It's just that has to hurt. And then if those kids come around, like, and you have to
be the bonus mom.
Yeah, that has to hurt, especially when she wants children. She wants to start a family, and
not outside of marriage.
Yeah, but you can have 3 kids or these random women, but it's 2 different baby mamas, right?
But yet, why are you with him then? If it
Yeah.
bothers you so much and you don't trust him, why are you with him? And I wish I might be in an argument and somebody's trying to leave to go to another house or condo. We all know experiences that has happened before. We talked. I mean, I just, no. And he already has an issue with fidelity and he already has 3 kids. I just couldn't with, I don't see how she did it. What made her decide to stay with him for 14 years?
Yeah, I
And
don't.
she gave up her career.
She gave up her career that she loved, yeah, to try to make it work. Yeah,
He must have some super stuff that I don't know about.
yeah.
So what else was said during this Dr. Nicole thing? Was
Um,
it even enlightening? I don't feel like this show gives us enough material to really understand what these couples are going through.
yeah, I think she just, I didn't take notes, but yeah, I think she just basically got her to communicate like what her voice is. Like she's like, you have a voice, you need to use it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that conversation on Dr. Nicole made her like go back and, decide to go on a date with Darion, because that's what, that's who his date was supposed to be with this week, is with her. So they end up going on a date.
But Darian said that Dr. Nicole said that
The man
I'm the
controls
man
the
of the house.
temperature
And
and
then, yes. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, did she say that?
She did say that,
Uh,
that somebody, I don't know if she said the man, but she said you control the temperature in the house.
mm.
And so he goes, I went and I controlled the temp. I was like,
Because I was like, I feel like this contradicts like, her being able to have a voice, but okay. Like, because it was just
right.
weird how, they came right after she had that conversation with
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Nicole. But yeah, I mean,
You know how I know that Darian's a cheater? Typical signs that I see when you're listening to your friends and so forth. He likes to deny everything. He likes to make her feel like she's crazy.
it's called gaslighting.
Right. And that's what he does. And she screams and hollers and, but he's gaslighting you, honey, constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Or he's mixing half truths with truths, you know? Like I fell asleep. Now, I was on my way home, but then I fell asleep. That's what he said.
Yeah.
And that's why I didn't. And then how are you going to go out of town and not tell me till you're coming back into town? That doesn't even make any sense. And who did you go with? And what did you do? Where did you go?
Yeah. Yeah. It was just, I'm just going to go ahead and skip to the scenes from the next episode, but he's supposed to. So anyway, let's just fast forward to when they went to the group session. Oh, let's talk about Kai.
Listen, during their date,
He said that he agreed to give up the condo,
mhm.
and she
Do you
would.
think he's really going to give up the condo?
I didn't believe that he was giving up the condo. There was not like I had every single doubt in my mind that he was actually going to give it up. I
Me too.
didn't believe it. If he did
Just
give
like
up
just
the
like
one that
Jessica
she
said,
knows about, he was going to have one that she didn't know about.
mhm.
So
Just like Jessica said, it's great that they're getting along, but it's only been a week and they're doing all this.
yeah.
It's not a permanent thing. It's a band-aid. And did you see how happy Lexi was, all giggling like an idiot? I was like, girl, take that smile off your face. What are you smiling for?
She
Okay.
went on a date. What was her date with Monte?
That was just boring. I knew nothing was gonna come out of that. I didn't want to talk about it. It was so boring. She is so up into Darian that she can't see straight.
I was happy for her last episode because she was just like, oh, I don't want to talk about him. And she actually focused on her date. But this time she let it, like when he mentioned that he was entertain or like a
Attain
musician.
musician, yeah, in a group.
Now she gotta bring him back in. Oh, I'm dating a musician, and it's just like he was like a professional musician. She's like, yeah. I mean, just but I'm
A
like,
professional
well,
musician
you
that
the one who brought him up because you didn't have
nobody
to
knows who
bring
he
him
is anymore.
up. Or yeah. So fast forward to the end. She decides not to go on another date with Monte. He
They
has
knew
to,
that.
he has to decide whether, which I don't even know how Kai came back up because I thought like when he said he didn't want to go
Oh,
on
you
a
know
date.
why Dr. Nicole is pushing Kai on him because none of the other people got to have closure.
I mean, I understand he went on like 4 dates with her, but
What's his name went on 3 dates
who?
with the one girl. Sean, he went on 3 dates.
Was it 3?
Yeah, because I specifically listened to the episode. He went on 3 dates with the last, and he didn't give her closure.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I feel like if he needed to give her closure, it should have been at the beginning of this episode. Like, why did we wait until he went on a date with Alexia and then revisit whether or not he wanted to really end things with Kai or if he wanted another date with her? Like, we already said that he didn't want to date her anymore, so why is she back here? You know,
Because she knows, Dr. Nicole knows that he really does want to go out with her again. And I think the producers knew.
They had to have known
that they slept together and they wanted a confrontation.
First of all, if you slept with somebody you went on a date with, you need to keep going on dates with them so they can shut the hell up. Like,
well, you know what? He had to make a decision. He knows that if he continues to go out with this girl, he's about to lose. He should have kept his dingling in his dingling.
I cannot, but like that hurt
I'm shocked.
Heart. I was just like, oh my God.
You don't hurt my heart. It doesn't hurt my heart because she should have known. Lexi knew. Lexi knew. She knows his character. And so that's why she was getting upset all the time because she knows his character.
I felt like
that's why. And she just decides to put a blind eye on it all the time. She knew.
One of the past episodes where you said it looked like he was dragging her out to go have sex with her. You said
mm-hmm. Yeah, but their body language told me that this is the way they communicated. And no, I said it before. Remember back when it was the second date? It was the second date, and they were in that car. And I said, you know what, Christian Dior, their body language seems a bit too familiar. The way they're talking, this is too familiar for people that this is just their second date. No, something else is going on. Sure enough, here we go.
Yeah,
here we go.
It was like a gut punch. I felt like it was my boyfriend telling me, or me finding out my boyfriend was cheating on, you know,
on national TV.
Yeah.
You look like a punk bitch.
Girl, I set that house on fire. Like
you said you would set that house on fire.
Not only like you could all the other people that you're not dating on national TV that you could go sleep with, and you sleeping with her, like,
and letting everybody. But you know what? Lexi knew deep down inside. That's why she was getting so hot every time he was going out with this girl. And this girl, she said, "Did you hear her? You want me to take an L?
Why would you be dating him if you have to feel like that? If you feel like that, that is when it's time."
That is terrible. And did you hear what Kyra said during that? Kai said for the next episode, she goes, "So you want me to take an L for the team?" And he was like, "Yeah." L for the team. What team are you talking about? Because we don't have a team here. My team is my Darion and I. Who are you to come in? He doesn't deserve Lexi. And Lexi, you know what? Oh, did you hear what Darion said? You know, she has some guys that send her heart emojis and that like her and want to date her. So what? So what? So what? She didn't do it. So then he's trying to say, you know, she makes me feel like I should have trust issues because that's when you're gaslighting, trying to deflect and push off what you're actually doing on somebody else. So yeah, she has issues. She has issues herself for allowing herself to be in that environment for 14 years, knowing full well what he does. And he has issues because he needs to feel important in somebody. He needs
And
that
Kim got issues
attention.
too, because how are you gonna go on a TV show to date someone who's in a relationship and sleep with them when you know they're in a relationship?
And it's not like you're,
Like, what do
it's
you
not like,
expect? Do you think he's gonna be faithful to you? No,
no. So
no.
that means that they had to be texting and calling and talking to each other.
It just hurts my heart. I wish. Ugh, I wish we didn't have to wait a week to find out what
Girl,
happened.
I feel like searching YouTube, looking, does anybody have a episode already? Does it come out on Thursdays or Fridays only?
Fridays.
I was hoping that if anybody has like a preview that we can possibly watch, because I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait. Do you think though that for real, that he didn't sleep with her and that
They cut it weird.
yeah, they cut it weird
I mean,
to
I
make
feel
us
like I had the thought because I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know.
But remember in the previews from the beginning, we saw a hotel scene.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I saw a hotel scene in the previews. So that's what made me think that he was going to be cheating on her. I don't know. We'll see what happens. The other couples are going to be devastated.
I don't think they're gonna find it surprising.
No, they're not going to find it surprising at all. You know what? I'm going to look to see if he is on her Instagram page.
Well, so remember when I sent you that link of LaRonda filming with Sir James? What's his name? Sir James
Mm-hmm.
on Instagram Live. She was on that. She came in on the Instagram Live. And
Oh,
she
really?
was overseas or something. I don't think she with him. She's
Oh, you don't
she
think
was
so?
living her best life. Yeah, I don't think she.
What was Lexi? What's Lexi's Instagram name?
I don't know.
This is put a ring, put.
But one other thing I wanted to say about Eric is that his hair is all the way gone. Like it's just like thin all the way out right here. And I think he
I
just
was like,
let it go.
don't do a top shot. Come at me from the bottom.
They were,
Do
yes.
not come at me from the
He
top.
like leaned down and they were like right here. And I'm just
I was like,
that looks even worse than it did before. So yeah. He needs to let
yeah,
it go.
he needs to let it go. I'm trying to find out. You know what? They're not. I just want to see really quick, everybody. I'm sorry. I have just got to see if they are on each other's pages anymore because they were for a while.
I mean, I don't think they would post. I mean, because it would show what happened at the end, so they wouldn't be posting what is currently going on. Even for LaRonda, she posted her going out with a guy, but she put a emoji over the face. So I don't think that they would allow that because then it would kind of indicate what happened, the end result of the show is. So, but yeah, I mean, I think that pretty much sums up this episode. Like, next week we'll find out what happened with Darion and Alexia. Like I think that's going to be a big part of next episode and how she reacts when she finds out.
Yeah, and Oprah, I need you to do better on your editing. I need it to be at least a 40-minute, at least a 45, 50-minute show. Let's quit the 20 minutes of commercials. And that's exactly why we're not getting this in-depth information that we need. Like I'm not happy with the editing. Watch us get some little bitty tidbit on the cheating. No, I want to know when it happened, how it started, who else knows, what y'all did, and where you did it at. I want it all.
Of the sex scene.
Sure. And I want to know where Lexi was during this time when you guys were meeting up. And did it happen more than once? And she said, you slept with me. That means they had intercourse.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was thinking that they had. What else?
Like, did you just not give him a blowjob and call it a day? Nah, you had to go all the way and sleep with them. She slept with somebody that she doesn't even know.
She was trying to make him her man. You heard her all those times. Like she wanted him to be her man. And she said she could take him from her. Well, girl, he about to get
Have him.
kicked to the curb, so you can't.
Yeah. No wonder he.
I did see on Kai's Instagram that because remember she said she was doing a lip bar or a beauty bar.
Yeah.
And I saw that, and it just
Was it-
yeah, it's like I mean, I guess it kind of was a good idea if the scene is really popping in Atlanta, but it's like before you go out, because it's like a late night beauty bar. So before you go out, you can get your hair curled or get your makeup done, like before you get to the club or something.
Oh, okay.
I honestly don't think she is attractive. She's not attractive at all to me.
I don't think she's attractive, but to me, I think he feels like I think because she was giving him some attention.
Yeah, he's scum. He's scum
He's not even cute.
at all. Like, not even a little bit.
You said at all.
No.
Yeah, I'm serious. I couldn't wait to call you. I was just like, when I saw that, I was like,
My heart was just, ugh.
and I couldn't rewind it neither because I wanted to re-see that scene over again but I couldn't rewind it.
Oh, I see it again. Yeah. So maybe, I mean, hopefully that would be their last, time on the show.
It's not,
It needs to be. It needs to be. She needs
no,
to
it's not going to be
and
because I don't know why Instagram is not letting me search tags for put a ring on it.
Mm-mm.
Is Instagram changing up?
I don't know, but we need to wrap this.
We sure do, because people, I've got to start searching because I need to find out what happened.
Yeah.
I do. I want to see who's, I think that Sean and LaRonda, they're still together. Because on their page.
Oh yeah, let's do our predictions. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll end.
Well, it's simple now. We know what we.
So LaRonda and Sean, your prediction is that they're still together. I think they're still together too. Eric and Jessica, I think the same. And then Kai, I'm not Kai. See, I can't even. Alexia and Darion, I think they're over too. Yep.
I think they're still together.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
I think they're over.
I think this is just another.
I think at this point, like, I hope when she came on this show, she was at the end of her rope, and like she was just like, I gotta figure out if this is working.
How old is she?
I think she's in her 30s. I don't know.
So she's been with him since she's young.
Yeah, she said, and I think since she was in college or right after college.
That's why she's just whipped. She's addicted to the drama too. Because after a while, you become addicted to the drama. Yeah. Some women are like that. Some women are like that. They become addicted to the drama. Oh, well.
Don't forget to check us out on Instagram at
The Real on the Real.
And subscribe to our YouTube page, comment below, and don't forget to hit the notification bell.
Yes.
Till next time.
Bye.